If you live with fibromyalgia, you already know your body is always talking to you. But when your menstrual cycle decides to join the conversation, well, it can feel more like a shouting match. So in this explainer, we're going to learn how to decode those signals and turn all those confusing symptoms into a language you can actually understand. Let's get into it.
Wow, this quote, it just gets right to the heart of it, doesn't it? That constant, nagging feeling that something is just off. It can feel so isolating, but I really want you to hear this. You are not alone in feeling this way.
And that's exactly what our goal is today. We're going to give these patterns a name, give them some structure. And listen, this isn't about finding some kind of magic cure, right? It's about taking that feeling of total confusion and turning it into useful data. And then taking that data and turning it into small, gentle, manageable steps forward. Okay, a quick and really important heads up. This is all for educational purposes. It is absolutely not a substitute for professional medical advice, so please make sure you're consulting with your healthcare provider for any personal health concerns.
All right, Section 1, decoding your body's signals. Let's start thinking about your cycle as this incredibly sensitive barometer. We're going to reframe these symptoms. They're not just problems to endure. They're valuable pieces of information, clues that tell us what's really going on inside.
So think of this table as our roadmap for the next few minutes. It's a quick look at the common signals we're going to break down, everything from heavy periods and cramping to that deep, profound fatigue. We'll also get into why tracking everything is so important.
Let's start with heavy periods. The sign itself is pretty unmistakable, but what it really means, that's the key. This is not a personal failure, and it's not something you just have to muscle through. It's your body giving you concrete data. It's a physiological message signaling that something, somewhere, is out of balance.
So what can you actually do? The most important thing here is to start with low-energy, practical steps. Begin by gathering your own data. Start a flow diary. Simple things like using a menstrual cup or just applying gentle heat can make a real difference. And of course, there's a very clear line for when it's time to call your provider.
Now let's talk about excruciating cramps, the kind of sharp, gripping pain that just stops your life in its tracks. This is a perfect illustration of a core concept in fibromyalgia called central sensitization. Your nervous system is essentially stuck on high alert, and it takes normal pain signals and amplifies them into something overwhelming. I need to be really clear here. The pain is not in your head, it's very real, and it's happening in your nervous system.
So to manage this, the whole focus is on calming that heightened nervous system down. We're talking about combining gentle heat with a little bit of movement, practicing specific breathing techniques like that 4-6-8 method, and creating a pacing plan. It's all about helping you get back a sense of control, even when the pain is at its worst.
Okay, the fatigue. This isn't just, I'm tired. This is that bone-deep, limbs feel like lead, can't form a thought kind of exhaustion. And the most important message here is that this is not laziness. It is a necessary physiological process. Your body is intelligently conserving its resources to try and rebalance itself. So please let go of the guilt.
And the best ways to help are about working with your body, not fighting against it. Proactively schedule low-energy days into your calendar. And really embrace the power of micro-rests. Seriously, just 10 or 15 minutes with your eyes closed can be a game changer. And it's always a good idea to check in with your doctor about nutrient levels like iron or B12 that could be playing a role. All right, on to Section 2, connecting fibro and your cycle. Now that we've decoded some of the signals, the what, let's dig into the why. What's the actual connection between fibromyalgia and these really intense symptoms? This brings us back to that key concept, central sensitization. Think of it like the volume dial on your body's nervous system is turned all the way up to 10, and the knob is broken. It takes normal signals like uterine contractions and amplifies them until they feel extreme and last way longer than they should.
So here's the crucial link. The totally normal hormonal shifts and inflammatory processes of a menstrual cycle act as a physiological stressor. But because of central sensitization, your nervous system interprets this normal event as a major threat, and the result? Your threshold for everything just plummets. Flares, pain, fatigue, it's all triggered so much more easily. It's a predictable pattern once you understand the why behind it.
And that brings us right back to our core message, which this quote just states so beautifully. Your cycle is data. Any intense symptom, any irregularity, it is not something to be ashamed of. It is a valuable clue your body is offering you about what's happening, both inside you and in your environment.
Okay, Section 3, your practical toolkit. because understanding the why is empowering. But now we're going to shift into action. Let's build a toolkit of small, doable things you can use to create some practical hope.
Let's start with a soothing pack. I love this idea because it's so proactive. It's a small act of kindness for your future self. By gathering these simple things ahead of time, you reduce the mental and physical effort you need on a high-pain, low-energy day. You're just making comfort as easy as possible to access.
And what about this? A simple script to help you advocate for yourself. Brain fog is so real, and trying to find the right words when you're talking to your doctor can be tough. So use this as a clear, confident starting point to have a really productive conversation.
And you know, it's not just about medical settings. Communicating your needs to the people you love is vital. This script is brilliant because it's so specific and actionable. It tells your partner exactly what helps and what doesn't, and takes all the guesswork out of how to support you.
Feeling empowered also means knowing when a symptom needs urgent attention. This table gives you clear, calm guidelines. It helps you tell the difference between the severe but manageable symptoms of a flare and the red flags that mean it's time to call your doctor right away. As you start putting all these tools into practice, I want you to keep one number in your head: 3. Just aim to track your symptoms for 3 full cycles. That gives you such a solid set of data. It allows those clear patterns to emerge, which gives you a really powerful foundation for any conversation with your provider.
We've covered a lot of ground, haven't we? From decoding signals to building a toolkit. Now, in our final section, we're going to bring it all together. This is all about solidifying that shift in perspective, moving away from that feeling of being totally overwhelmed to a place of practical, grounded hope.
Let's end our journey with this incredibly validating statement. Just documenting your experience and saying, "This is what's been happening," is not a complaint. It is a powerful, brave first step. You are the expert on your own body, and your data matters.
So, as we close, I'll just leave you with this question. It doesn't have to be big. It doesn't have to be perfect. What is one small, kind, practical step you can take for yourself right now, today? Maybe it's downloading a tracking app, or putting a heat pack by your bed. Or maybe it's just taking one single deep breath. Whatever it is, you can start there.